All right, so I picked just 3 plays. There's no crazy breakdown here, but if this works, this will be really cool. It mirrors the iPad. So the Magic tried to go zone on a couple of possessions against Cleveland last night, and teams have tried to go zone on Cleveland a handful of times this year, but because of how well they've been shooting, it hasn't had a ton of success. Last night, though, this play in particular is one of those plays that Kenny Atkinson drew up or whoever on his staff drew up that is picture perfect, and I just don't remember seeing any of this kind of execution against certain defenses in previous years from the same Cavs iteration. So you got Hunter on the top here, and he's going to run a little dribble handoff with Donovan Mitchell. You see it's a 2-3 zone, and you can see Jared Allen coming up to set the screen here on Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, which would open up the right side of the court for Donovan to attack. My head's covering Donovan. You know where Donovan is. But Isaac Okoro, you see him on the baseline right under the basket there? He's the guy you got to watch on this play because in most zone offenses, Okoro would cycle through, go to the corner, and Craig Porter Jr. would rotate up to the wing. But instead of going to the corner, he's going to come up and set a little back screen here on Wendell Carter Jr., who's the middle man in this 2-3 zone. So in a typical pick-and-roll coverage, Donovan's going to come off to the right, Allen's going to roll, and the big man is going to kind of show for a second, then get back to stop Allen. However, what he doesn't see is, boom, back screen into an easy alley-oop. Okoro, once again, in typical 2-3 zone.
Can you let that run?
Yep. As he comes across, there's Okoro, has no idea he's there. Franz Wagner can't get over to come help.
Second pick.
It's screening the screener, essentially.
Right.
I'll pause it one more time. As Donovan comes off this, he has an entire lane to go. You see Wendell Carter Jr. in the right position to be helping against the zone. But instead of going to the corner, Okoro comes up, back screens for Wendell Carter Jr. And at that point, Franz Wagner has no chance at this. Donovan knows what he's looking for. As soon as he sees Wendell make contact with Isaac, that's an easy oop.
And 2 points for the Cavs. One of the keys in that is that the Cavs essentially are saying, going into that play, that Wendell Carter Jr. is going to at least be concerned enough about Donovan Mitchell that he's going to go past where Okoro is. This way Okoro can step in and get that screen.
Yeah.
Because if Wendell Carter Jr. doesn't react to Donovan going to the right, then he can't really set that pick.
And if he doesn't react, Donovan steps into an open 3. So he has to step up.
Right.
And when he steps
really
up, as he's recovering, that's a really nice play design there by the Cavs. All right, this second play is that's the second 3 of the game for Max Strus. And we've talked at length about why Max Strus should or shouldn't be the starting small forward when DeAndre Hunter's playing. Little nuances like this are why I think he fits well with the 2 bigs, even a little better than DeAndre Hunter to at least start the game. They're going to run some Iverson cut here, which is essentially you're cutting across the court to get the defender on your hip. So he's going to come over, catch it, and go into I lied. Hold on. I'm on the wrong play. That's why.
You're lying.
Oh, well, I was right about the action. I was wrong about which play this is. This is DeAndre Hunter being a way better creator than anyone gave him credit for. So the Cavs are going to try and put DeAndre Hunter's defender, which is Paolo Banchero, in a pretzel here. How do you guard 3 actions at once? So Strus comes over on the Iverson cut, catches and goes right into a dribble handoff with DeAndre Hunter.
Okay.
In theory, you're trying to get that initial switch. Orlando does a pretty good job. They're not going to switch this, but watch Jared Allen trail the play and then go set a screen for DeAndre Hunter. So you're not going to switch the first action, but can you fight over 2?
We're going to force
You're going to force the second one. Hunter gets the switch now, and he's on Wendell Carter Jr.
Right.
Wendell Carter Jr. is taller than DeAndre Hunter.
Right.
But he's also not nearly as quick as DeAndre Hunter. So he's, in a sense, I have to guard the closeout. I have to stay close enough that I can put my hand up, contest the shot, but I can't get too close because DeAndre will blow by me. DeAndre, as we mentioned before, leads the Cavs in free throw attempts per game. Yeah. And he's as good as anyone on the team at getting to the rim, creating contact.
Let me ask you something about that, Mike. Is that a situation where Jared Allen is kind of reading the play and he's got to know that if they didn't switch on the previous play that he's got to set that pick to force the switch? Or was he just doing that?
I think he's running through because he's now going to go set a screen for Max Strus, which isn't where the play's going, but he's going to now set a screen for Max Strus. So you have another action coming. It's the continual action of this Cavs offense that keeps going. Wendell Carter Jr., too slow, hand down, man down. DeAndre Hunter makes him play. It's going to run through again. Watch this. If you're a defender here on Orlando, how do you get through all this action?
Right.
And also, by the way, if you slip up at any point, you have deadly 3-point shooters surrounding you at all points. So Strus comes on the Iverson cut, dribble handoff to DeAndre Hunter. He works with the ball screen. Allen's now going to screen for Strus's man, which could set up another switch. But instead, Hunter likes this one-on-one matchup. Yeah. Look at where that release is.
Yeah.
We talk about the wingspan from DeAndre Hunter, 7'2", 7'3".
Yeah.
Wendell Carter Jr. 6'11". That's not a little guy trying to contest a shot, but because DeAndre Hunter is 6'8" with a 7'3" wingspan and he releases the ball above his head, It's an unblockable jump shot. Nothing but net. He hit 4 threes last night, and he can create shots like that as well as anyone on the Cavs.
And another thing about all the screens and having to work through all the screens is that adds up as the game goes along.
Yeah.
So it's not a surprise that the Cavs have been a dominant fourth quarter team because they're doing, in an era of basketball where there's so much dribble, one-on-one play with guys standing around, the Cavs' ball movement, forcing the defense to switch more, go through picks more.
Guys out.
It's going to tire guys out. It's a big advantage.
And physically, like their bodies are going through screens. These are big dudes. Like
beat up.
It's not football, but I mean those guys are they're in there.
Right, and you don't have to. You're not used to that because other teams aren't moving as much as the Cavs are.
And when you set good habits and set good screens, it leads to what we see on this last play. Steve, take it back for one more because this was the Strus play I wanted to talk about here.
Yeah.
So on this play, it's going to be the first bucket of the game for the Cavs. It's a design play that they drew up specifically for Max Strus. They're going to come down, and Strus is going to come off this initial screen on the bottom half of your screen from Evan Mobley, and then try to work off a screen with Jared Allen on the other side. So the Cavs made it a priority. We want Max Strus getting the first shot here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this is designed or read by Strus, but either way, his ability to navigate through screens, read the defense, and figure out how to create space for himself is what I think makes him a really complementary fit to the two big lineup, particularly when they start the game. So he's going to come off, give it to Mobley, give it to Mitchell, come back, and watch how he works this screen with Jared Allen. It looks like a flare screen, right? That is Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
What does that mean, flare screen?
High screen, he's going to flare to the corner. So you're basically coming off and then shooting out the same way that he's going with the screen being set.
Okay.
Watch how this Magic, I'm going to rewind, but watch how the Magic defender chases Max Strus coming off this. So you get the little handoff, gives it right back to create more space. He tries to go over. Strus reads that perfectly.
Right. He's wide open.
Repositions himself, steps into the three, catch and shoot. And by the time Kentavious Caldwell-Pope tries to get over both of those actions, it's a wide open three. This is a design play from the Cavs. Very first play of the game.
Yeah.
If he goes under that screen, Strus continues to flare to the wing for potentially an open three because he tries to.
Read by Strus.
It's a brilliant read by Strus.
Well, and a great, a little part of that gets missed is that Donovan hit him perfectly in stride in the right spot.
Yep.
Because that was looked like a very continuous motion of him getting the pass, going up with it, and getting that shot in rhythm, Mike.
Yeah.
That's great. It is nice having that.
It's really cool. Can I show you one more thing on this?
Yeah.
We talk about the screens and being physical, right? Look at how Jared Allen sets the screen. If this is not a really good screen,
he's great at setting.
It does not create the space. Hits him once and then just stays in the way. You don't have to be a bone-crushing,
you don't have to knock him on his ass.
6'10", 300-pound monster to be effective in the screen.
Jarrett's very good at getting that leg out and then just holding firm.
Here he doesn't move, gets him on his ass, basically. And then it opens up the space here for Max Strus. So just a couple plays from last night. The telestrator worked really well.
It did.
I like that. Start using this again.
Very nice.
Led to one of 5 threes from Max Strus in the game.
Right.
So shout out to the Cavs. Some really high execution offensively. And once again, that's the number 2 defense in basketball in Orlando.
Yeah.
Without Darius Garland, they put up 122 points on the number 2 defense when their 2 best offensive players combined to score 11 points.
And we just said again yesterday,